Everybody, TYT Sports. Before we get into Kawhi Leonard, I just want to say, let black people barbecue in peace. Okay, so the Lakers are motivated to make a deal for Kawhi Leonard on several fronts, including the potential of Los Angeles, California. So Leonard wants a trade to the Lakers right now. He has expressed interest to sign with the team in free agency in 2018. Now here was the other part about this. This is number 35. With San Antonio believed to be uninterested in Lonzo Ball, which I find to be very interesting. They have three other intriguing players, young players, Ingram, Kuzma, Hart, plus their future first-round picks to include in a deal. The Lakers are willing to include former number 2 overall pick Brandon Ingram, first-round pick, but the Spurs want more. Obviously, it seems they want Kuzma, they want Josh Hart. The other dark horse team, which I think should not get involved in Kawhi Leonard at all, is the Boston Celtics, who are willing to move either not believed to move Tatum or Brown, and whether they'd put the 2019 Sacramento first-round pick protected only if it's the number 1 overall, which could very well happen. Likely dependent on the sides getting serious. Again, Boston I don't think shouldn't get involved. This is gonna be a large quote. I'm just gonna sum it up. The Philadelphia 76ers want to include Saric, Covington picks, not Markelle Fultz. That's basically what this is saying. Saric, Bob Covington picks, not Fultz. Here's one deal I saw on Reddit. Kawhi Leonard would go to LA. LA would send out, let's just go through who they would get. So LA would get Kawhi Leonard. San Antonio would get Kuzma, Ingram, and Nikola Vucevic. Great trade for the Spurs. Atlanta would get Luol Deng, horrible contract. Brandon Paul, University of Illinois. Unprotected LA 2019 first-round pick, which may not have any value at all if they don't do anything in free agency. So Atlanta kind of gets the raw end of the stick. I would think they would get another first-round pick. And then Orlando would get Dennis Schroeder. There's one more that I believe that I saw that I liked. It was this: Kawhi Leonard and Patty Mills to LA. Evan Fournier, good shooter. Jonathan Simmons in the middle, good player. Brandon Ingram to the Spurs. So Jonathan Simmons would go back to the Spurs. And the Magic would get Lonzo Ball and Luol Deng. That's another one that I liked. What team, or is it just the Lakers, should go after Kawhi Leonard? Like, should the Celtics stay as far away as possible, considering the roster they have?
Absolutely.
I agree. That's why I don't understand.
There's way too much of this second guessing of, hey, we didn't win the NBA championship after assembling a great team that did really well. Let's just give up on what we almost did. Why?
There was another report that I saw. I'm sorry I didn't include this. That Kyrie Irving could be in a deal.
Yeah, I heard that this morning.
I just don't know how. Like, I know how good Kawhi Leonard is
when healthy.
When healthy, that's the only thing. Like, everything about Kawhi Leonard right now makes it so you shouldn't have to give up as much to get him because of the health concerns. But part of the health concern is the rumors swirling that have all but been confirmed that he stayed out because he just didn't want to play there. You got a motivated seller and you got merchandise. I don't know.
Totally, no, this is the thing. Kawhi Leonard is striking at the right time because I'm intrigued by him. You don't know exactly what happened. You have conflicting stories, like who he is now, what he's gonna be, and what he can do for your team. But there's a lot of positive perceptions of it. There's no proof that he's not gonna do well. There's no proof that he's hurt extensively. You're like, okay, there was this battle over his injury. He didn't like what they were doing because he knew he could do better. So I like that. Like, there's no, oh, this guy's injury prone. You can say it, but you can't prove it.
Correct.
Right? And he wants to go some particular place. He's a proven finals MVP and a champion already, and defensive player, which is rare, by the way, in the NBA now. There's so much intrigue about him. This is the time to do it, because who doesn't want Kawhi Leonard?
It's
enough to make the Celtics who don't need him want him.
He's the greatest two-way player behind LeBron James when healthy.
And you don't want another year of some randomness, and then next summer, we don't want to see more from his camp. You don't want to see more from Kawhi before you make a decision. Right. You want to do it now when there's intrigue.
Right, and the other thing that they can say is that he doesn't make timely responses, right? And that's only when, of course, like everyone's looking for an answer and he's not responding to them on time. But also something to consider is, let's say if in the case that Kawhi goes to Boston, right? Though he's a great asset, you're not taking into account the chemistry that this team has already built. We've seen what great talent can do with horrible chemistry with the Cavs.
And you're trading out a lot in order to get him, right?
With the Celtics.
Because you have a team that's like 8 players deep, whereas that 8th and 7th player on the Golden State Warriors was Kevon Looney.
Right.
You know?
The #1 response to the Celtics rumor tweet is just a gif of Hayward and Kyrie just kind of looking at each other going,
oh yeah, from the press conference?
From a press conference. Just being like, what? We sat out, we don't need more. If the Celtics are involved in anything, it's gonna be I could see it not to get Kawhi, but to marginally improve, I guess, their role players a little bit.
Yeah. No, it's the only thing.
But that's all. You do not need to. The only shifting you need to do is to say all right, you guys are off the DL.
So LeBron leaves, hypothetically. The Celtics are the best team in the East with the roster they have, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't make a move. So then the Sixers were brought up in another report.
Right.
They would have to give up Fultz in order to get anything done. Because what San Antonio wants to do and what Popovich wants to do is reload with young talent. And I do believe that Markelle Fultz is going to be completely fine. I really,
as far as
really
just
believe
the jumper, or as far as
the jumper,
yeah.
As far as the jumper. So what I would do if I were the Sixers, I would trade Markelle Fultz, I would trade Bob Covington, I would trade a first-round pick, and I would not want to trade away Dario Saric. But like, what would be your limit in order to get a guy like Kawhi Leonard? Would you throw in Saric?
Yeah, that would probably be my limit too.
Yeah, I would stop there too. At the Saric.
It's like Saric is a good player, good chemistry guy, can play a few different positions, good passer.
Is a big enough of a commodity still. And like you said, I think a lot of people agree with you that he's going to be okay. So that's a big enough name already. Kid's going into his second year.
Second year.
Technically, right?
Yeah.
You're fine, but you have to sell it to them. Like, he doesn't have as high of a projection or expectation as you have in Kawhi.
So you would have Embiid, Simmons, and Kawhi Leonard.
Which
that still have
sounds great, but it's not good enough to beat the Celtics.
The Sixers needed more endurance down the line, and anything you can do to alleviate some of the pressure on how much those. Like I watched the Sixers lineup in the last 4 minutes of 3 consecutive games in the playoffs just fall apart.
Right.
And Simmons doesn't have a jumper yet. It's impossible.
So that's what you could do if you have a jumper. Then you don't have to like expend all that energy on like.
Right.
But I think. I don't know.
So what's the team?
I mean, what am I going to say?
What's the team that everyone likes for Kawhi Leonard?
The Lakers, but it's not because we need them. It's because
You're right,
he
Denise.
wants
Whatever you need to say.
to come to LA.
What would you give up?
He's kind of a head case. He'll be perfect here.
Brandon.
You'd give up Brandon Ingram.
I don't want to give up Kyle Kuzma, but we'd have to give up Kyle Kuzma.
I just want you to say, like, I'm not thirsty, but I'd give up Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, I'm not thirsty. But if in the case.
No, it's true. It's a trade. You're going to forgive, but I'm fine. I'm on your side as long as we get him.
So you're both saying the Lakers.
I agree.
What do you think?
Yeah, the Lakers.
You think the Lakers is
for him? Because that's, again, he's as quiet as Kawhi is. He's apparently an emotional dude, and it come back to where he's emotionally comfortable. That'll thrive in his game.
Certainly.
People forget that the mental part of the game.
And he's actually really, really, really from LA.
So like Lancaster? Is that what you're talking?
All right.
Valley?
No.
Wait, what?
He said Apple Valley.
Orange
I thought you said Simi
Orange
Valley.
County?
Antelope
Newport?
Valley? What is it? Antelope Valley?
Is that a thing?
Antelope Valley.
Apple Valley's a thing though.
Apple Valley's way up north though.
Way up north. Sorry, guys.
What is it, Bart?
Cool.
Antelope Valley is a thing, yes.
All right, so let us know your thoughts. Comment section below. Subscribe to 2IT Sports. We'll see you soon.